Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another Faction Focus Sunday. Today we are going to take a look at one of the Greek city-states, and that is going to be Massilia, one of the more interesting Greek city-states in my opinion. As the Greek states, you have the classical heritage plus 4 to cultural conversion, and independence, 20% melee defense during battles in own or allied territory. Very handy. As Massilia, you get the Great Traders plus 20% trade income and minor diplomatic bonus with all factions, which is helpful at first when you start out. We have an initial easy starting challenge, and I'll explain to you in a second when I get to the campaign map. Okay, so let's take a look at Massilia. So here on the campaign map, you can see, maybe straight away see why there's an easy starting challenge. Because you start with one settlement, which is a main settlement, so you have walls protecting you, and there's like not really any threat that is basically 1 or 2 turns away. So your closest threat is either Tolosa, which is a single faction, single settlement faction, and Liguria, which is also a single settlement faction, both only having a minor settlement. These guys are at least 3 turns away, so you have plenty of time for you to settle everything. So if we take a look at diplomacy, you start off pretty steady. Basically everyone pretty much likes you, only the Helvetii don't like you. But yet again, for them to get towards you, they need to go through either other territories, which they probably won't do, and then again it's still going to be like 3 turns before they get to you. So basically, expansion wise, you can go anywhere you like. Of course it would be easy to take your home province first, giving you the extra settlement and the edict, but after that the world is yours. Like, you could go in towards Italy first because there's a lot of rich stuff over here. You could take out the barbarians, you could take out the Iberians. Like, you can go anywhere you want, and your army really can suit all play styles. Because as Massilians, you have a little bit of a mix between the Greek units, since you are a Greek city-state and have a Hellenic culture, and the barbarian units in which you are surrounded, and barbarian lands you find yourself in. So your main city building gives you the ability to build Levy Freemen and Celtic Slingers, which are your Celtic units, your barbarian units. All your units come from the muster field, which then goes towards 2 different trees. But you can already see the combination here. On tier 1 you get either Celtic warriors and hoplites, light hoplites and Celtic skirmishers. So even with your first tier building, you have an ability to build like a different army for the kind of different units. Have a front line of Celtic warriors, or a front line of hoplites and Celtic warriors on the flanks for flanking, supported by skirmishers or your Celtic slingers. So you have a lot of options. In tier 2 you get your cav. You either get the light horse or you get the citizen cav, both Celtic and Greek options. In the missile department you get the peltist and the skirmisher cav, which is like not that interesting, to be honest. These guys are 30 to 80 melee defense, 40 and 65 armor. Yeah, the peltists are basically have a little bit better defense, armor and health compared to the Celtic skirmishers, but other than that they are also a little bit more expensive, so don't worry about that. Tier 2, get your cav. Tier 3, you get a variety of units. Massilia cav, pretty decent mid-sized cav. Your Tarentines is your range cav, better version than the other missile cav unit. And of course, again, you get the choice between either the Celtic Axe Warriors or the Massilian Hoplites, and in that Massilian Thurius Spears and Thorax Swords. So you have a very, very wide variety of units. Like, you get like 4 different units over here, there's another 2, so that's 6, 8, 10, 12 different units. So you get so much variety in units and army composition that gives you a lot of freedom. It also gives you a very good option to fight everyone. Like for a lot of horse armies that the barbarians bring, it brings some extra hoplites. For the swords, that brings like the factions over here, maybe Italy, Rome. Get some more axe warriors, they're more armor piercing. So there's a lot you can do about that. And of course in tier 4 you also get your heavy shock cav, which can help you fight Rome and the heavy sword units. So you have a lot of variety in your army composition as well. So I think that is most of what we can talk about here. So expansion options, do whatever the fuck you want. You can manage your army, you can like divert your armies and your army composition exactly to what you need to fight basically everything around here. You have a little bit long range, you have missile cav, you have decent sized hoplites. Your basic hoplites will probably hold pretty well against Levy Freeman, Celtic warriors, maybe even Lusitani warriors and all that jazz. So you're pretty powerful in this region, which makes it a very fun campaign, a more starter friendly campaign I would say as well. And I think it will also be a very interesting This is Total War campaign, because you can build some pretty defensive armies with a lot of hoplites and missile units and some heavy cav. And I don't think most of the barbarian factions in the early mid game would have an answer to that. So I think you have a very steady faction with a lot of diversity and a lot of beginner friendly options to play with. So all in all, a very good starter friendly faction. And I think that's everything I have to say. So if I do miss something, please let me know in the comments down below. And otherwise, just let me say thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.